Hey guys, how's it going? It's Flat Earth Sage, and just over here, over in my garden, garden number two, and actually came relatively surprised. I haven't been here in a couple weeks, so I haven't been able to check up on the garden. My dad's just been watering it, but I came to my garden and check this out, guys. bunch a bunch of tomatoes. All those tomatoes from one harvest. There's easily like 30 or 40 tomatoes in here. I'd say probably 30 if I guessed. But just a little quick tip. You guys see why my tomatoes look so dead? It's mostly because the plant's been stressed out for weeks. Because it had so many fruit on it and it was putting so much energy into those fruits. So that's why you end up with stuff like this and that. And as you can see, there's still plenty of fruits. What do we have here? We have some sort of bugs on here that probably shouldn't be on here. And I just now realized none of them have affected the fruits, but they're on the plant itself. It looks like some sort of bugs, some little white bugs or something like that. But I'm not worried, to be honest. This plant's almost done anyway. It's lasted me pretty much the full season almost, and it's provided me with a lot of fruit. And eventually, you just have to accept that eventually it's going to die due to pest or disease. So there's still plenty of fruit on here. I don't know. Oh. Oh. Guys, this is a first for me, actually. This is a first for me in my garden, believe it or not. I just found out what it was that was here. And it's one of the most common pests that you can have on tomato plants. This guy right here. That is the tomato hornworm right there. That's exactly what it is, fellas. And it's got its it looks like those are its larvae on its back or something. But I'm still relatively new at gardening. This is only my second year gardening. But this is a first for me. I've never had, like, most people would be freaking out if they saw something like this, but to me, it's actually really, it's an interesting experience because I've never had this happen to me before. But here you go, guy. There's actually, I don't know if there's any more tomato hornworms or not. I think we're good right now. But yeah, those are a common pest in the garden. And you know, I think it's actually cool to see that. I know a lot of people freak out about it, but to me, I'm looking at it more as a learning experience. I know that those are on my plant now. Now I need to take the next step of action to make sure they're gone. And there's a couple different methods that I'm probably gonna toy around with. Um, in my garden, I don't use any chemicals in my garden or anything like that, so I'm gonna have to try to figure out an all natural solution to get rid of them. But that's that's the tomato hornworms, and those white things on its back are its eggs. Um, it's surprising though that I get them at the very end of the season. Because this whole season I've never had them, never had them, and now I just start seeing them right at the end of the season, right when my plants are already dying. But yeah, all in all, you know, the tomato plant's doing very well. It still has plenty of fruit on it. Um, and that's probably the reason it looks a little bit more dead than usual, is because of these tomato hornworms. I'm sure there's one around somewhere, but I haven't been able to see it yet. But right now, planning on checking the pH, because it's been a while since I did that. I got this thing right here. This is very cheap, and I think it's really effective. It's a 3-way meter. It measures moisture, pH, and light. I'm not whatchamacallit, I don't have any sort of deal or anything like that with this company, healthy wise, but it's a pretty decent product. And just pop it all the way in. Give it a second or two to settle and calibrate. And my soil is at a 7.8. And also, another thing it can do is it'll check the moisture. So as you can see, let me see if I can. It's right at like an ideal moisture level, which is good. That means my dad's been watering it well enough, so that's good. And over here, we have the passion flower, or the passion flower plant, growing pretty well. This little plant right there in the center, it kind of like took over pretty much. And I was hoping that I would get a flower, but I don't know if I'll get one later on in the season or not, but that's that. And this stuff right here, this stuff is lemongrass. It smells really, really good. A lot of people like to use this stuff for cooking, I guess. I saw this at the nursery. I thought it would be a fun and easy one to grow, and it's pretty much exploded in growth. I don't even have my shears to cut it yet, but yeah, that's pretty good. The corn didn't do so well. The peaches and cream corn did not do so well at all. I'm a little disappointed in that. But the other one at my parents' house did do well. Well, kind of not really, because it grew cobs, but it was like missing kernels and stuff, and looked very unappealing. And just the flavor wasn't there. It wasn't good. I messed up. A little tip for if you guys decide to grow corn, definitely grow it in blocks. Because if you decide to grow one or two of them, they're air pollinated. So what's known as the terminal spikes at the top of the plant, they'll move and sway in the wind and stuff like that, and send their pollen to the next plant next to it, and that's what helps to grow the corn and stuff like that. What I did is I had two set up, thinking that would be all right because I wanted to split them up in my garden, because they only had one tray of the corn starts. So ended up with those results. And the dill's kind of dying down a little bit, but so yeah, it still got that distinctive dill smell to it, but it's yeah, I was a little not very smart about, separating the plants and stuff like that, the spacing. I tried to do the cage tomatoes, but those things grew way too quickly, and I realize now that it was probably indeterminate, probably should never be in cages. But just like everyone else who starts out in gardening and stuff, it's a learning experience for me. So I'm not really beating myself up over it. I mean, just look at all this tomatoes that I got. Plenty of tomatoes. For one harvest, that was pretty good, I think. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end it here, guys. Hope y'all doing well. There's still time to plant, by the way, in most zones. So like things like radishes and stuff like that, they take about 30 days to grow. So try to grow some things while you can. Spinach is another good one. If you guys want more, just look it up. You'll be able to find it. Just even if you grow one thing, just grow something. Give it a shot. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here before it starts raining. Love y'all. Hope y'all are doing well. Peace.